Black Dick, or to give him his correct name, Sir Richard Beaumont, was born in 1574. He was knighted in 1609 by King James I, who gave him the nickname Black Dick of the North. He was MP for Pontefract in 1625 and died unmarried in 1631. He lies in a splendid tomb in the Beaumont Chapel of Kirkheaton Church. Black Dick's Tower is a prominent feature of Mirfield's skyline, although surprisingly it doesn't have any relationship to Black Dick himself, its true function being that of a summer house in the gardens of Whitley Hall and was built sometime after his death. After the hall was demolished, the site was open cast mined, removing any remaining traces. All that remains today is the summer house, or temple, as it was sometimes known. On the 5th of July, Sir Richard Beaumont's ghost is reputed to appear, and we are here with the Paranormal Encounters group from Facebook and based in Dewsbury. Will we see or hear from Sir Richard Beaumont's ghost tonight? We are here with trained psychics and experienced investigators. Please don't try this at home. The estate is privately owned, but we had special permission to investigate, and we initially walked down to where the hall used to be. Maria was already receiving information from the spirits.
Like little, like huts kind of thing.
Okay.
Where people go in and out, maybe storage halls or something like that.
Dairies and stuff like that.
That's what I can pick up on around here.
From what we can gather from the history, the estate was self-sufficient, so there would have been plenty of storage buildings, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there certainly was.
There must have been a lot of animals. I know there's no animals now, but they would have kept a lot of animals on here, little here.
Yeah.
Right, I'm getting the name of Tom as well as I'm just walking along here.
So this is start at Formal Gardens now that we're coming to. Rhododendron bushes. Where these fir trees finish, that's where gardens start.
13.8. Where before down there was 16.
Mm-hmm. There's a man just stood here, there, a gentleman. He's just watching what we're doing. Stood where? Just there.
A what, sorry, I didn't hear.
A man, just there. Because he called me over.
Can you see what he looks like, Maria?
He's not someone from the house. He's got like like a shirt and what I call like some little corduroy pants, trousers on. He's got old, really shabby looking leather boots.
Watch yourself.
He's definitely a worker. He's showing me his hands. So, they're rough hands as well.
Is it from this era then, or is it from closer to the future?
No, he's from the 18... He's mentioning 1839. And I'm getting, again, the name Albert. I got that earlier on. He said he would have had 7 children and they all worked the farm. His wife died young, he's making me aware of. And she worked more in the house, so she was, where he and the children worked on the farmland, she would have been working inside the house as well.
Sat like
pushed back
to this edge.
Because
that's all that's
they're also making me aware of a big celebration where everyone from around the area would have been invited. So they must have been higher up in society for them to allow the people to come, and people would have been invited to come. They couldn't just turn up, I'm being told. He's also showing me, I'm talking to a gentleman now and he's looking very smart and he's got like darkish hair. He's looking very, not round in his face, more narrow in his face that I'm picking up on. And he's having, you know, them higher set collars with like a ruffled bit at the front. That's what he's showing me. And he would have worn a really nice, like a tailored, what I would call a tailored jacket now. Do you understand?
I can picture what you mean.
Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? And he's also showing me the view from where he was stood, and this why they chose this bit here. And I was just saying, yeah, I like the lights. He says we didn't have the lights. But he's making me aware of looking out on to the horizon, and they could actually see the people coming from miles and miles in, and it would have looked similar to the lights with the lanterns that they would have had, okay?
After spending quite some time at the site of the old hall, with Maria Stoyles picking up a lot of information, it was time to head into the dark woods and see what we could find.
Just watching people.
Yeah,
I can hear something.
Yeah.
Might be a fox or something.
No, I can feel the energy there.
Can you?
There's definitely children in that area playing.
Right in the centre there?
Yeah, definitely there.
Well, that right over there.
Yes,
that's the foot of
yeah.
the quarry.
Oh,
And you see, that quarry showed on that stage, like 1600 with big stone. But we want to go up to the top of there.
Get away from that edge.
Was there like
Try to find
water, something to do with water on here? Do you
Rob,
know?
Yeah.
Rob.
Something to do with water on here? Round here, this
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I keep getting a bridge all the time. Someone is talking about a bridge.
But on the old maps, Maria, it does show an old well somewhere around here, but we can't find it, so I think it might have been filled in.
Yeah.
Can you ask the
Yeah.
spirit?
It's I know there should be a bridge here because ever since we started off at the bottom they kept talking about a bridge.
Are we not on his own, Maria?
No, we're not. We're never on our own.
See, I never. Well, I'm saying I never. I have done in here.
Right.
I haven't sensed anything yet.
Can you look over there? If you look through, there is a gentleman stood over there looking at us. Just there. Can you see?
I can't see anybody.
Jane, can you see? Through that gap
Yes,
there.
I can.
Can anybody's cameras reach that far? Mine won't. Where am I going to?
Just straight on there.
I can see something over there, but I don't know if it's reflection of something.
Where?
Straight through the middle of the trees.
Yeah, that's it.
Where? What, like somebody stood there?
I just can see
Yeah.
some reflections coming back as if there's something there.
Yeah. Something there, boys, but
Straight through the middle. Straight through the middle.
yeah.
Can you see it?
Can you see it?
Definitely cold around here.
I think we're being watched by a poacher. Like someone who would poach the land.
The ladies are picking up on we're being followed by a male spirit, and she thinks that we should have a male behind the women because it's us that is focusing on.
We'll okay you then. Alright, okay, well,
And it's not a
I
nice.
don't like it that you killed me.
At this point we began to pick up on a negative energy, one that was hostile to our presence. Quite a number of people had bad headaches. We headed back down the hill to an area known as the Monument.
I'll take them, Marie.
I've totally lost my bearings now.
How? Oh, you bloody idiot!
That serves you right. You did that to
Look
me.
at him
right?
there, sat there. Look.
We get a photograph. Keep a blind him now.
Ah, Keith!
Yeah, keep blind him, he deserves it. It's definitely fighting, not with guns.
No, it's a long time ago.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, I get quite a few. Well, when I say quite a few, like a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
Probably all that were
There'll be a
available.
lot of people killed there.
A lot of blood and people lying on the ground.
Yeah, I can see, you know, where limbs have been not just like stabbed, but you know, like what I call brutally killed as well. I'm also being made aware of senseless attacks, so they didn't even know what they were fighting for. It was more like a land and ownership and...
The original Beaumont was called Belamonte. De Belamonte, that was the original name.
Yeah.
And they came to blows. Was it family in Elland? Big landowners in Elland.
Right.
Over land ownership, and that goes back to the 1100s.
All right, okay, then that ties in then, doesn't it?
But the Bellamontes then became the Beaumonts, and
Right.
they acquired the land.
Yeah.
I think it was the late 13th century.
Right, okay.
And they've been here ever since.
Yeah.
Hilltop was the focus of things.
Must have been.
There's a lot of bodies underneath here. If you know what I mean. They wouldn't have picked them up and taken them somewhere to be buried, because I definitely feel really heavy where
Think like a mass grave rather than
Yeah.
spread out.
yeah, more than that, you know, just digging holes and putting them all in
Yeah.
the way. That's how I feel. I don't think they would have taken the time to take them back to their families. They wouldn't have done that.
So Maria certainly picked up on the monument being the focus of some kind of battle quite some time ago. Being close to midnight, we were keen to get back to the temple, where reputedly Sir Richard Beaumont was due to appear.
Rob,
Yeah,
Is that what?
you're not listening. You're missing all this.
I'm listening now.
I have just asked if she's got Richard Beaumont here. I have just asked if he remembers two little boys years ago, and he does. And I says, "Is one of the boys here?" And he pointed to you.
But it was pointing over there.
But we're not sure if it was.
You know when I said you need to come over here, it was as you were walking towards us.
There you go.
Can you
you
ask him
scared?
what he was doing at the
At the time,
Yeah.
yeah,
He says you were really scared. You
Yeah.
liked it.
I did. I did.
Because it made him chuckle. I didn't realise that you could see
I'm
him.
not scared of him now.
Yeah, no, but you were then. and
He
he's
wants to
laughing.
I
see
was
him
there.
now.
Yeah, he says too late. You only get one chance at it.
Oh,
No.
what a shine sign.
Is what he likes. He likes the laughter that people create. He's saying he's had other people up here and they were really miserable.
So we were coming to the end of what had been a very interesting and a very active night. Time to hear what some people thought of it and some of the conclusions.
I'm a clairvoyant medium, and I've been working with spirit ever since I was a young child. I came over to England and I experienced my first spiritualist church when I was in my early 20s, and from then on I did follow my path of the clairvoyance. So I am a fully trained medium, and I do work in churches and I have my own groups of development as well. I've been doing a lot of paranormal work in the past, where I've had some lovely experiences, and like tonight's been one of the best ones I've had so far, and I do believe it's because we've had a good group going on tonight as well. So the experiences that I've had tonight is I've picked up on quite a few names, and I always make a habit of not knowing anything about the place that I go, so that I don't get influenced in any way whatsoever. So I was actually quite surprised of the names that I picked up on. I really was surprised when I picked up on the battle that went on in the field. More the horses and the animals I could see, and the actual experiences throughout the periods, because I picked up on different eras as well, and I did connect with the energies that came from those eras as well. So they gave me a lot of information that I passed on to the group. The one thing I didn't like tonight was when towards the end, when we went into the woods again, and I picked up a male energy, which was what I describe as a lower level energy, because they were very angry in their life, and they basically want their peace and quiet, and they don't want people like us coming in and disturbing their peace. I do believe that this group is a very gifted group, because everyone was picking up individual things themselves, so making it more interesting to piece things together as a group with the experiences. I really like the experience I had by the tower when I actually connected with Richard Beaumont, coming in and giving me a lot of information about himself and about the setup of the group, that we are going in the right direction of setting up the right thing, giving me a lot of information about his gambling and his drinking and the way he was when he was alive, which was really nice. Because I do see things in my third eye, it's like me like reliving their life while they're giving me the information, which is very interesting for me to see, and it's nice to give this information back to the group as well. What else did we experience tonight? We've heard a lot of noises, which you do when you do these events, but I want to say that I did not personally experience any negative energies in a bad way. I feel it's been very uplifting this evening, and it's been a joy to be part of the group tonight and work with the Paranormal group. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for inviting me to be their medium tonight.
I've come here tonight basically because we're looking for Sir Richard Beaumont. He's supposed to wander the grounds on the 5th of July at midnight every year. Thanks to the farmer that now owns the land, we've had access to the whole of the estate, including the gardens. We've had his medium with us tonight. He's just picked up on quite a lot of the history of the place. A lot of things that Maria, our medium's picked up on tonight is true. It's documented in history books.
Which you didn't know before?
No, she didn't know anything about it. And to be honest, there's not that much history about the place. It's just bits that I found and managed to put together. There's a long line of Beaumont family that lived at the hall over the years. But the main focus is on Sir Richard Beaumont, who's also known as Black Dick, who's set to wander the grounds.
And tonight was an anniversary of him, or he's supposed to appear tonight.
Yeah, he's supposed to appear at midnight on the 5th of July every year. He has come through. We haven't seen him, but he has come through to Maria, and he's spoken to us through Maria, which has been really, really good.
It's quite an achievement, really, isn't it?
It
You've
is.
achieved what you wanted to achieve.
We have, yeah. It's been a really, really good night. Really good night. One of the best investigations that we've done. I'm really pleased with how it's gone. I think most of the activity was down by the hall, where the hall used to stand.
Yeah, in the sort of surrounding gardens, like the old formal garden area, certainly where the old kitchen garden wall still stands. We actually captured some unusual light anomalies. Well, not necessarily light anomalies, more ghostly images which are caught in the background of some of the pictures that we took, which seemed quite unusual. And while we were talking amongst ourselves, one of the team, Maria Bridgewater, she's known as the clumsy one. She walked straight into a tree branch which got her on the forehead, and just prior to that happening, within seconds of that happening, something projected a strange cackle type laugh, which I've caught on my video footage.
It sounded to be quite a distance away from us as well.
Certainly did, yeah. It didn't seem as if it was one of us, and I didn't recognise it as any member out of the team anyway. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Some of the thoughts that the mediums picked up on as well, some of the things that they sensed, absolutely tie up with a lot of the history of the place. Now, there's not a great deal of information about the Whitley Beaumont estate on the internet. Beaumont estate, beg your pardon, on the internet. I actually had to go to the library to achieve quite a lot of documents, which are quite hard to find.
It's not common knowledge.
It's certainly not common knowledge. No. But the medium, the two mediums that were with us, both picked up on some pretty collective evidence.
Oh, one of his mediums also got a lady through that was saying we need to find a letter. We need to look at a letter which will describe the man who lived on the estate, one of the men that lived on the estate, and he was the actual negative energy that was following us through the gardens, that picked up on not a very nice man. that followed us through the gardens up to the summer house at the other side of the estate.
Are you referring to the same energy that we thought we heard in the area where we were hearing laughing and giggling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
When we went to the field, to that monument,
yeah.
and the mediums told us, she told the men in the group to be protective of the women within the group because this male energy wanted to cause the women harm. But at the same time, she was getting a lady through which was saying we need to find a letter. There's a letter to referring to this male. And I've actually found the letter. And it does refer to him. And it actually states in the letter, it's from a Marion Stanhope, and she wrote it on the 14th of November in 1808. And she's describing Whitley Hall on a visit, and part of the letter says, in the room Mr. Beaumont sleeps in, I saw his coffin made of cedar wood. He scarcely ever sees a living creature and quite dislikes the sight of a woman. He does everything in the room which no housemaid ever enters, nor indeed any part of the house. So that backs up, that's the letter that she was referring
Here's a
to.
question then.
Yeah.
How feasible is it for Maria Stoyles to actually have researched all this information beforehand?
It's very doubtful.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had time to do it. Not to find out that the information that she was coming out with. It's taken us a long, long time to find all this information.
We didn't really tell her about the event for, until it was quite close up anyway, and by which time, I don't think she would have done.
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
think she's.
The things that Maria was coming out with, she would have had to dig deep to find that information. And it's not possible that she would have had time to
She
find
certainly
it.
shouldn't know about anything that's happened in my childhood,
No.
which, as I say, was what brought me here in the first place.
Brilliant. Best investigation we've ever done.
Absolutely, yeah. And I
Absolutely
just can't wait. I
fantastic.
can't wait to get back here again sometime soon.